Hey guys, today I'm going to be talking about journaling. I'm going to talk about my journals and I'm going to explain each of my journals that I use. I love to journal. I've been journaling ever since I was in middle school and I feel like everybody should journal. It's very great. It'll help you a lot in terms of like personal development and growth, in my opinion. So I just want to show you guys like my journals, and I have a lot of them. I have seven. I have 7 different journals, right? So I'm just gonna talk a little bit about each one and its purpose, and I guess like how it's helped me. So I just want to preface by saying this, like, if you want to get into journaling, you don't have to follow my guide or whatever. And you don't have to give your book or journal a purpose. At least not like when you first started. Because a lot of these journals, I'll start it for one thing and then be like, actually, I need a journal to do this. And then I would switch it to do that. And like that would be the purpose of the journal. But you can literally make your journal about anything. And you guys are going to see right now. So, I guess my first journal that I will start with is this one right here, this composition notebook. She is my everyday journal where I write about my feelings, I write about my day. This is where I go when I want to like talk about what's on my mind, or when I want to like decompress, or if I want to like just get things off my chest. Just like whatever I want to talk about, like I write it in here. Just like sometimes I'll write like Dear Diary, or sometimes I'll write just a date at the top. I always make sure to write the date, and I always like sign it off too at the bottom. Like I always write like Rosie with the heart, and then that's that. And then my handwriting is like so inconsistent, whatever. I'm about like halfway through this book. I don't write in this book as much as I want to, and I've been trying to make it a goal to write in my journal every single day, whether it's when I wake up or before I go to sleep or just throughout the day, because the thing with journaling is that it's really hard to pick it up because your thoughts are faster than you can write. But if you write consistently, it won't feel like such a daunting task, because usually when I write in my journal now, I write like 2, 3, 4 pages of just bullshit, and I'm like, this is shit that I've been wanting to write about for the past week. So instead of just writing one big entry, I guess, you just write little small ones, and then it'll build up over time. But yeah, this is my first journal, my main journal, I guess. Second journal, I probably use this one the most, is this journal that I got at Target. This is what I call my everyday journal. I just got it. So basically this one is like my little notebook that I use for like important dates, or like to-do lists, grocery lists, things on my mind, things I have to buy, homework, like things on my mind today. Buy all of these stuff. Thinking about how I want to change my morning routine. My homework, right? Like my homework, did I do it? Cross it out. Phone number for my credit card. Hobbies and things I want to do. My room, I want to decorate my room. Research topics. I just have topics here that I would like to dig more deep into as like a personal thing. Debt, how much money I owe. What else I got in here? Homework, classes that I have to take next semester, grocery list, a poem, YouTube videos, business planning, event planning. So I'm thinking about hosting a Friendsgiving later on this month, so I just have a list of like everyone's names and addresses. And literally, like, here is literally where I just put everything. And this is, sometimes I'll like plan out my day the night before. So like October 27th was a Monday, so the night before I'd be like class, yoga, things I'm gonna do in between, and then my class again and after. And just helps me a lot. It really does help me a lot. It helps me plan out my days. It helps me feel not overwhelmed. And this one I literally take everywhere. It's always in my purse, because what happens is that throughout my day I'll have thoughts or ideas or things that I need to jot down, and I don't have like a pen and paper. And I'm not a phone girly, I'm not a digital girly. Like, I have to write it down, and I had to write it in a journal, because I can just go back and whatever I was writing, I can just look back at it and I'll never forget things that I like think about throughout the day. But yeah, so that one is my everyday normal journal. Oh my gosh, my hair is like not hairing right now. And these bangs are not growing as fast as I want them to. Whatever. My next journal is going to be this planner. This is a little planner that I got at Target as well. This planner though, I use mainly for my finances. I try my best to keep track of my finances. So like here I'll have like top 3 goals. In the month I'll just have like bills and what day they're due and how much is due, whatever. And then throughout the days I can just go back and then write down like, oh, how much money I made that day, or I have an upcoming payment, or you know, just anything that has to do with money just goes in this planner, because it helps me budget. It helps me see like, okay, I have my phone bill due next week, so I should save $100 so I can pay my phone bill. And it helps me keep track of like tackling my debts, like my credit cards and stuff. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this one. Nothing too crazy, nothing too important, but just a little something good to keep track of and have. So this journal, this black journal that I got at Staples, super plain. All of my journals are like not aesthetic, like I don't know, they're just like a place for me to write. But this journal, at first I used to use it as like a reflection journal. So I would like go online and I would like write questions and I would like answer the questions, I guess. I would write stuff like food recipes, my dream home, and I have like everything that I wanted to like have in my home. I got a tarot reading, so I wrote down like what it told me, I guess. And then eventually I thought like I should just use it for poetry. So this is my poetry book, and I write, well, I haven't wrote a lot, but I write poetry. I like poetry. I used to hate poetry, and then I took a class, shout out to my professor, because I finally seen poetry for what it is and not for just a homework assignment. And I actually really like poetry. I really do like to write. I do like to analyze poems. It's very interesting. I never knew that about myself. And it goes to show that I've changed, because I used to fucking hate poetry, but now I actually love it. So I write poems. I write poems about what goes on in my life, how I'm feeling, just about anything. I don't really have a central theme about what kind of poetry I write. I just write whatever I feel like, and I love it. So I write like a bunch of shit in here. Or even if like I have an idea for a poem, I'll write it. And then yeah, so hopefully I want to fill this book up with poems. I've thought about writing a poetry book, I'm just don't know how popular poetry is. You know, you don't really talk about poets or poetry like people talk about novels and other books. So I'm really like kind of nervous, but I would love to share my poetry because I feel like people would relate to it. And I love that poetry you can interpret in so many different ways, and I would love for someone to interpret my poetry and I'll be like, I did not know that I wrote about that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, this is my poetry journal. I don't have any stickers on it. It's not really that cute. I'll probably stick on like poetry. I don't fucking know. I don't know. But yeah. So my next journal is gonna be kind of a strange one. I don't think it's strange. I'm kind of scared to like say it. I don't have to announce this as one of my journals, but I'm gonna be as authentic and as real as I can. So this is my thought journal, but it's written like thought journal. And the reason for this notebook is it's just about me talking about sex and my relationship with sex. And that might sound a little bit weird. That might sound a little bit strange. Why do I have a whole journal dedicated to sex? But I think what a lot of people don't know about me is that I really enjoy sex. And that sounds really weird to say out loud, but it's not, because I am a grown woman and I am allowed to have sex and I'm allowed to enjoy sex. So I write about anything when it comes to sex. It can be, I'm not gonna get into the details as this journal is very personal to me, but the main like objective is to be sexual in my book, and nobody has to know. Maybe people might watch this and be like, nah, like she's freaked out, and if this is what freaked out means to you, then like great. But I really value sex, and I do value the relationship that I have with it, because I do enjoy it. I think it's a big part of my life, and I'm not scared to say that. I'm not scared to say that. I feel weird saying it, but you know what? I don't give a fuck, because I feel like a lot of people are scared to say that. So I'm going to be the one to say it. So yeah, this is my sex journal. I don't care. Nobody tells me. And I actually haven't used it in a while, but it exists. So we're going to move past that one. Next is my scrapbook that I have. I really like scrapbooking as a hobby, but I feel like I don't know how to scrapbook without being like spending $50 on like journal materials. Scrapbooking, I feel like it's supposed to be authentic. It's supposed to be from things that you collect from like your personal archive or whatever, but I don't really have one. I kind of just have the idea of like pictures and like writing about like my trips and my vacations and stuff. The first page was from when I went to Puerto Rico, I think the first or the second time, and I was gonna put like pictures of me, but never printed it out. But I did paste my plane ticket on there, and I did, you know, do this or whatever. And then the next page, I tried to do one of my dog, Scooter. So I tried to print like colored pictures of him, and I wrote, I love this dog, I love him forever, sorry for the bad pics. And it's just a picture of my dog. Like, I literally love my dog. But yeah, like, I want to make this into like a whole bunch of shit, but I just haven't really paid attention to it. Honestly, I haven't put my mind on it, so it's kind of blank. It does have a star here though, but I do want to make the front cover like some crazy shit, but we'll see. We'll see. But last but not least, I have this big spiral notebook. This one was one of my first journals after I got my first one, and this one was supposed to be my everyday journal, but it's just like really big, and I would keep things in here like papers, receipts, grocery lists, food ideas and stuff, take care of my debt. It's like super big, like, oh my gosh. I used to try to make beats, so I have like Apple loops on here or whatever, and I wrote them down so I don't forget. I have here a song that I tried to write. I guess here I try to do like reflection work as well. So I remember like the beginning of the year, I did like this page like 2025, and I had like a list of all my goals. And actually, since we're like towards the end of the year, I made this like January 1st. We're gonna see how much of these things is like I've accomplished. Did not learn how to drive, did not buy a car, did not make music. I'm not a content creator. Well, now I am, I guess. Be a consistent YouTuber. I'm gonna give myself that one. I'm gonna give it to me because I've been pretty consistent lately. Take care of my health. Yes. Reach my fitness goals. No. Get good grades. Travel. I did travel a lot this year. Learn a new way to make more money. I did not. Build a following on Instagram. Did not. Meditate. No. Start my podcast. I tried to last year, but I don't think podcasting is for me. It could be for me, but not yet. Not yet. So I'm gonna put like read more books. Yes, I did read a lot of books. Pay out my debt. I didn't even try. So we're just gonna skip that. But yeah, so then I had like academic goals. I had career goals. I have a recipe for penne alla pasta. Just no instructions. I mean, kind of. But yeah. Some math homework from last semester. Some accounting. A list of things that make me happy. I actually wrote this down with my therapist. So, yeah. Number one being iced coffee. And I actually have like a month and a half that I don't drink coffee no more. So, interesting. I have details for a yacht party from when I tried to do my birthday. Oh, I have a letter to open at the last day of this year. But, fuck that. Damn, I have from when I was supposed to like go to London. I have like monthly goals. I did this with my therapist as well. And then last but not least, a recipe for carne asada tacos. So yeah, like you can really just do whatever. Like you can really just do whatever. And I'm gonna try to use this one a lot more because this is gonna just collect me dust. But yeah, guys, that is all of my journals. I like to have journals, and I do think on expanding 2 more journals because I do want to journal strictly for recipes, but I kind of want to buy like a certain journal for that. But whatever. I want one for recipes. I want one for my creative side. I've thought about buying like the Artist Way creative book. I feel like it's so cliche though. Like, I don't know if I should buy it, but like I'm gonna buy it anyway because I'm a creative person, and ever since I was younger, like I've always loved to get crafty. So I'm gonna see like in what way I can expand my talents. But that is it for today's video. I'm probably gonna edit this, upload it maybe tomorrow, doesn't matter, whatever, but I will be uploading this soon. My next video is gonna be a book club video. I hope. And I think I'm gonna start with The Survivor Wants to Die at the end. I'm using the book to prop up my phone, so. But I'm gonna start with that one. I'm about like halfway into the book and I feel like I have a lot to say. Actually, I'm not gonna lie. I don't have that much to say, but I wanna talk about it, and hopefully somebody on the internet also wants to talk about it with me. So yeah. Bye guys. Thanks for watching. If you made it to the end, I really appreciate it because nobody watches my videos past a minute, but like who gives a fuck? Bye.